Yo, 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 it's y'all boy Hip Hop He. Yes, sir, man. You already know what time it is. We back with another reaction. We got a Patreon request here. We got Marlon Craft, State of the Union. State of the Union. It's my first time ever listening to Marlon Craft. I mean, he's highly talked about. So we about to jump in and see what it is, man. If it's y'all first time here, you ain't hit that subscribe button yet, please consider aiding me in the road to 100,000 subs. I can't do without y'all. Let's go see what Marlon's talking about. State of the Union. Now this could get interesting. We ain't gonna just ignore that flag is upside down back there though. Now I'm like this now. What is he finna say now?
The state of the union is that there isn't one. If a house divided can't stand, we've been sitting but sitting the
Hey, his voice threw me off, man. The voice threw me off, man. I didn't expect him to sound like that. I guess that's what it was. He actually sounds like a Marlon Craft. I thought he was I didn't know what he was going to sound like. It threw me off. Let me go back. Shit. Hold up, man. Goddamn. Let's go.
State of the union is that there isn't one. If a house divided can't stand, we've been sitting but sitting officials.
The state of the union, there isn't one. If a house divided can't, what?
Union is that there isn't one. If a house divided can't stand, we've been.
A house divided can't stand. You can't stand as one if the house is divided. We've been sitting. That means you sitting. You ain't going nowhere.
Sitting but sitting officials letting you starve and die.
But sitting officials letting you starve and die. Woo! Okay. Well, I know where you're going now, Marlon. Oh man, the house is divided. The house is basically he's referring to the people. The people divided. We can't grow as one, and we sitting while those people in office are sitting and watching you starve and die. Cause they sitting on their butts. Let's go.
If a house divided can't stand, we've been sitting but sitting officials letting you starve and die. They say for a party, I say it's dogma to America's all for lie. Sniffing the party line, intoxicated from white. That fake superior.
Sniffing the party's line. But also you're sniffing their lies. Sniffing the line, that's a drug, that's cocaine. Or intoxicated. You get intoxicated off of those lines you sniffing. Let's go.
To America's awful lie. Sniffing the party line. Intoxicated from white. That fake superior.
Oh my God. Sniffing that party's line. Intoxicated from white. Cocaine. You run lines of cocaine. Let's go. Everybody talking about cocaine today.
To America's awful lie. Sniffing the party line. Intoxicated from white. That fake superiority created by authority to convince the parts he still one cast up. Cause at least you not black. And if at least you not that, then if you see and got mad that the elite don't backs of your labor, you point at your neighbor instead of up. To keep you off track, they told you your sins weren't sins, but beneath that hatred is shame. Your humanity was picked and sold with the cotton of slave. System is fucked. We benefit passively, white liberals and such. Make a social identity from giving a fuck. But that privilege they may acknowledge, they ain't giving it up. We ain't living it much. The ego's driving the car and it just depends on where it got its license. How many of us really choose our own thoughts and vices? You don't get paid.
How many of you, he asked the question, but how many of you really choose your own thoughts and vices? Vices is basically something that you kind of hold on to. Like, you know, a lot of kids out here, they want to smoke weed and stuff. They think it's cool, but how many of them really chose that versus being fed that from what they see and what they hear? How many really just chose that on their own versus being brainwashed into it? This man's talking, y'all. He's talking.
Got his license. How many of us really choose our own thoughts and vices? You don't get paid, but you're a walking advertisement. Made us all addicted to fame so that we work for free.
I just said that. You don't get paid for it, but you're walking advertisement because you start talking about it to other people. Now you got other people thinking the same thing as well.
Paid, but you're a walking advertisement. Made us all addicted.
Made us all addicted to fame. So addicted, you get addicted to these vices as well. That fame is a vice. Some people are addicted to that as well. Let's go.
Fame so that we work for free. Millions factors cause their schools ain't teach them how to find them. If they get to choose, they pick the ones that their wants align with. Can you track your opinion to its origin? If not, I then we move without intent. They profit when we not decisive.
Can you track your opinion to its origin? Can you track your opinion to its origin? If it's your opinion, you can track it to where it started from. What makes you start thinking like this? What formed this thought in your head? You can track it to that. Even if you say, man, I was walking down the street, I seen this stop line, and it told me that I needed to stop whatever I was doing in life. You can track that thought to that fucking stop sign that you seen, and when that thought first entered your mind. That's your own opinion. That's how it happens. Let's go.
Schools ain't teach them how to find them. If they get to choose, they pick the ones that their wants align with. Can you track your opinion to its origin? If not, I then move without intent. They profit when we not decisive. Rappers been lazily referencing the Matrix for years. Who knew algorithms would really dictate what we cheer? Too lazy to care.
Algorithms dictate what you cheer. You ain't algorithms. This is how algorithms work, okay? You think something. You might Google search something. Then you get up on Instagram, Facebook, and all that shit, YouTube. That same shit that you was thinking earlier is now in the algorithm and it's popping up in your face. Shoop. Everywhere you go. Shoop. Hey, buy this, open this, listen to this. And it's further crashing in on your psyche, basically. Let's go.
The Matrix for years.
The Matrix.
Who knew algorithms would really dictate what we cheer? Too lazy to care, afraid to look inward. We live in our own noose, for we live in our own truth.
Ooh, oh shit. Oh man. And afraid to look inward, afraid to look into yourself, afraid to believe in yourself. We live in our own noose instead of our own truth. A noose, you that's what you get hung by. That's, you think of suffocation. You're struggling for air, but you're living in that noose instead of living in your truth freely. You can live in your truth freely. Think of it. Living in your truth versus living in a lie. You live in a lie, you're all secluded. You don't know when you're gonna get caught. It's tough out here. If you're in the truth, you're free. Don't live in that noose, man. Live in your truth. Let's go.
Afraid to look inward. We live in our own noose, for we live in our own truth. Fake tweets about how you love everyone. You won't even wear a mask to save somebody's grandmother. Entitled to the lie.
Boy, we up in how this one at? You won't even wear a mask to save someone's grandmother. There's a lot of people out there like that. I'm not wearing a mask. Don't even really know why. It's stupid. It's not real. Okay, but what if it is? You wearing that mask can save the life of somebody else. Maybe you have something. You go around someone not wearing that mask and you done gave it to them and they didn't perish because of your dumb, lazy, unbelieving ass. Let's go.
You love everyone.
And you love everyone.
Wear a mask to save somebody's grandmother. Entitled to the lies of freedom, you in denial. I seen this shit for a while. It's lethal, man. Word to Dan Glover. You can't fake.
It's lethal. Word to Dan Glover. Danny Glover played in Lethal. What the fuck was it? Lethal Weapon. Lethal Weapon. Let's go. I like that.
Wear a mask to save somebody's grandmother. Entitled to the lies of freedom, you in denial. I seen this shit for a while. It's lethal, man. Word to Dan Glover. You can't fake lightning, but you can plan thunder. Pay a racist brand before we pay attention. I sit in damn wonder. Yeah. And everyone talking generational wealth, but outside making money for ourselves. We won't give the next generation no help. May already.
This motherfucker is talking some shit right here, man. Oh my God. He is talking some shit. Everybody's talking generational wealth right now, especially in the black community. You look on Instagram, you're going to see it. Generational wealth, generational wealth, generational wealth, but you won't reach out to help the next generation. You just making money for yourself. Generational wealth means it goes beyond you living. That's generational. So you're making money now to basically leave behind when your ass is gone, but all you worried about is making the money and spending it right now. That's not generational wealth. That's making money right now. All right, that's what he's saying right about now. In the black community, it's definitely happening for sure. For sure. I just got in the stock market to build generational wealth. But I also understand that to be generational, it has to be something left after I'm gone. So I can't fucking make it and then just blow it. It needs to stack up. It needs to build. It needs to grow and then be left behind. And then repeat for the next generation. Talk, man. Talk. What's your name again? Marlon Craft. Talk some shit then.
Damn wonder. Yeah. And everyone talking generational wealth, but outside making money for ourselves, we won't give the next generation
no help.
May already be too late to save the fucking planet. If we don't stop playing, there will be no more generations to help.
Ooh.
We train people for survival of the fittest in traumatic conditions and sold them things that kill them. We made life into a gamble in the name of capitalism, then tried to hit the democracy switch when COVID hit, and now it's destined to fail. You can't abuse populations, leave them destitute and vacant, and then ask them to care about anything but their next move. Our own nation to blame, so I get why we at the club. Still, I ain't say I'm not enraged, I want better from us. I just don't expect it. Trauma is cyclical, the most likely ones to neglect are the neglected. They have future selling you Molly lean, Percocet, and you think for a check they need a scheme on vaccine injections.
They have future selling Molly lean and Percocets. Future's a rap artist. You know, that wave corrupted the youthful generation behind, and he's even said it himself.
Future selling you Molly lean, Percocet, and you think for a check they need a scheme on vaccine injections.
Oh, he said you think for a check. We have Future selling you this lean Percocet shit that's illegal. You think we need to pay you a check to scheme for injections? They can control it right through the music industry. The shit you listen to. If they had a rapper that got on there and said such and such and such and such about this vaccine, everybody gonna go get it. Everybody gonna go get it. The world, especially the urban community, is controlled through the music. It's controlled through the music. I believe once you start hearing something enough, it kind of takes over your thought process. That's how the shit works. He's talking.
Future selling you Molly lean, Percocet, and you think for a check they need a scheme on vaccine injections.
Scheme.
A lot of the soft bigotry of low expectations, a lot of fetishization, celebrating regressive themes in the name of progression. And when something truly powerful come, it's hesitation. And there's this fishy correlation.
Okay. When something truly powerful, I think he's still referring to how you take all this other shit, not thinking anything of it, but when something truly comes that's supposed to help. I'm not taking the vaccine. We just gonna get that straight. I'm still not taking it, but this is my own thoughts. It's not influence, okay? I'm just breaking the song down still, okay? So you saying something truly powerful comes. I do wear my mask around other people's grandmothers and shit as well, though. You understand? So let's just get that clear. Now, if something truly powerful comes, and now it's all second guessing, like you second guessing this, but you won't second guess that shit, and you know that shit is bad for you already. Talk, man. Talk.
Fetishization, celebrating regressive themes in the name of progression. And when something truly powerful come, it's hesitation.
Hesitate.
And there's this fishy correlation between what's considered cool and what profits for corporations. Rappers streaming tens of mils considered not as popping, cause on their next endeavor, no label owns an option. So vacancy across the culture. So when they say they do it for it, man, I gotta wonder. The only culture is validate wins and win equals money. Truths like my chest in 06 is beneath with a rugby. I don't even like talk.
Win equals money. If you ain't making money, you not winning. That's just the way of the West. If you're not making money, you not winning. I get it.
So when they say they do it for it, man, I gotta wonder. The only culture is validate wins and win equals money. Truths like my chest in 06 is beneath with a rugby. I only wins and win equals money. Truths like my chest in 06.
The truths like my chest in 06. Hold up, let me put this together. It's beneath where the rug be. Truth like my chest in 06. Now, what happened in 06? Because if it's beneath the rug, that can be like talking about in the ground, basically. Like my shit was in the ground, but I'm tuned in on that rugby. Rugby. It said rug could be like a rug that you walk on. That's where the rug is at. But rugby is also a sport like football. Similar. It's very very physical. I'm missing that one.
The only culture is validate wins and win equals money. Truths like my chest in 06 is beneath with a rugby. I don't even like talking this direct. I ain't no book report ass rapper, but I object to the marriage degree and clout without any doubt of what winning means. Ask why we on different teams, we don't play the same sport. Started getting to some places I've been trying to go and looking around like, yo, this ain't what I came for. So if I gotta give up what's righteous to get it, you can keep it. Fuck a popular lie, I'd rather be a truthful secret. Need the truth and self-assessment. Truth is, if not for COVID, Trump would've won re-election in a landslide. So we evaded Armageddon for good old store brand depression. But if
he said if it wasn't for COVID, Trump would have got reelected in a landslide. Now, I think it's referencing of how Trump responded to everything and some of the dumb, ignorant shit that he said, like, just drink Lysol or inject yourself with bleach, like, you know, shit like that. I think I see where he's going
in a
with
landslide, so we evaded Armageddon for good old store brand depression. But if a leader more savvy and less sociopathic with true fascist aspirations come along, it's gonna be tragic. 74 million proved if the right rhetoric is used, we could end up on the wrong side of World War II too. And to defeat white supremacy, you gotta first want to defeat white supremacy. I don't think most of us really do. How many white mirror convos really bearing fruit? The only hope is that this moment in history looks the same in both timelines of what the end could be, whether this the infection rising up and we fight and quell, or if it outscraps us and humanity just dies and fails. It was always gonna get worse before it got better. Racism was never gonna go quietly to the night. It never will, but I do believe that it along with greed could make its way out of our institutions so that all are free one day. I ain't say that it will, but today looks like today in both versions of the story, so gon' grab you a quill. It depends what we do. There's only one person the future starts and ends with.
It's you! Hold on! Oh my God! Hey, let me pray. I gotta pray. He closed this shit off. He just could have came in with this shit and it would have been the realest shit ever said. Forgetting everything he said before, and this shit was fire.
That this moment in history looks the same in both timelines of what the end could be, whether this the infection rising up and we fight and quell, or if it outscraps us and humanity just dies and fails. It was always gonna get worse before it got better. Racism was never gonna go quietly to the night. It never will, but I do believe that it along with greed could make its way out of our institutions so that all are free one day. I ain't say that it will, but today looks like today in both versions of the story, so gon' grab you a quill. It depends what we do. There's only one person the future starts and ends with, it's you.
Craft. That shit was fire. That was fire. That was fire. And my man Marlon Craft was talking. If he talking like that, I have no problem listening to anything else he has to put out here, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments, man. He out. Peace.